Hello, Year 10. Welcome to Business Week 10. Unbelievable. I'm in a new location. I'm at school today, wearing my badge. No interruptions. But I've been doing some other work, which is why I'm a bit later uploading today. Apologies. Let's have a look at what we're doing today. And what I want to look at is technology and globalization. As the world has got bigger, we talked about the kind of imports and exports and trade blocks and such. Is the impact of technology on this, of how it all works together. So there's a worksheet as well that you can download to go through all these questions. But first thing I want you to do on there is to solve the following problems. I want you, a Chinese manufacturer needs to urgently see the designs for a new product. How could we sort that out? A British solicitor needs a paper signed by an American to ensure a business deal goes through. How can we get that done as quickly as possible? Miss Johnson's wife breaks the wing mirror on his car, and I need a new one. What am I going to do? How can I make that without use? How can I get that done today? Or what would I do? So these are all almost standard problems that we might face, but I want you to think about how you would go about solving them. The next thing to do is solve those same problems, but without using technology. I want to know how we're going to get the plans for a new product to China without technology. I want to know how a British solicitor can get paper signs without technology. And how am I going to get hold of a wing mirror for my car without technology? So when we talk about technology, we're talking about phones, computers, websites, Apple Pay, all that kind of stuff. How can we do it without using a computer? Is it possible? So I want you to have a think about that, and whilst the two questions may seem very similar, they're very disparate in their answers, and you should have very different answers to them. I can understand why technology is used so much. And what I want you to then do is kind of thinking then that technology is used in all areas of business. Think about us now teaching, how much we're using technology with teaching. I'm sat in a room right now. I'm looking at my laptop and I've used my PowerPoint on there. I'm recording this. I'm then going to put it on YouTube and send it out. And you're going to be sat there on your devices watching this and doing the work. You've got the files that you need. We're using that technology so much now that we kind of take it for granted. So I want you to have a think about businesses that you know and how has their marketing been influenced by technology. We take a normal company, how do they use technology to advertise and tell us about their product? What about sales? When I go to buy something, is there any technology that I use there? I recently, I'm a big deal, I recently got hold of an iPhone 11. Like my first iPhone for years, since I think the 4 was my last one. So I'm new to Apple Pay. Think about that in terms of that's changed my life. I don't have to bring my wallet out with me. Then think about the finance of a company. If you're in charge of the money, do you use technology to keep track of it? What do you do there? Think about production. Have you ever seen a video of something being made using robots, something like that? Distribution. How do we get stuff? How's technology used in how we get stuff? And then human resources, people. Do we use technology to help us manage people? I don't want to kind of, if I start telling you the obvious ones, you'll know the answers, but just have a think there about ways in which all those areas use technology. So now we kind of should understand that technology is pretty huge. It's used everywhere and it's quite important. And this is an old article now from a couple of years ago, but Toys R Us closed all its stores. And one of the reasons that people have suggested is that consumers move towards purchasing their toys online. If we go to Amazon, we can get stuff same day, if not the next day. And that's one reason why they're saying that Toys R Us are closed down. What I want you to do next is list all the reasons why a consumer would shop online. Why do people choose to shop online rather than going to the high street? That's another task there. Listing as many reasons as you can think of as to why someone would want to shop online. This is a picture of an Amazon warehouse. I want you to look at the size of that for a minute. Look how far back it goes. Look at all the different goods there. It's absolutely incredible. And I remember watching a video once about it where things aren't in like alphabetical order. Things are in order of what they usually buy together. So if they've got a football that's usually bought with a certain pair of shin pads, they'll put those together. And sometimes it can seem a bit odd that things are bought together, but it's kind of they're just tracking all that information of what everyone's buying and using it in their warehouses. Look at the size of that. Look at all those products, all those staff going around picking it up. Or are they staff? Could they be robots? So what I want to know is Amazon don't have high street stores. Well, I think they did open one up, didn't they? a bit of a marketing ploy. But traditionally, Amazon does not have a high street store. I want you to list as many reasons as to why that would give them the benefit over a high street store. Think about any expense they would have to pay. If we take HMV in Reading, I always use this as an example, I don't know why. Think about what the store looks like. Think about what the staff are wearing. Think about all that kind of stuff that actually in retail things have to look good. So what are they, where are they located? Where would a HMV be located that Amazon warehouse doesn't necessarily need to be? Put a thought, do a bit of Googling, but why does Amazon benefit from not having a high street store? That's next. And then lastly, we've got this kind of case study to do. It's a 12 marker, so we're looking at Google Badge. Sporting giant Decathlon uses RFID chips. RFID are sometimes you see them in clothes and labels. They're in your phone as well if you've got Apple Pay. The little chips that kind of help sort of radio frequency identification. I don't know, might be wrong. Anyway, the chips are similar to those in bank cards and security cards. Allows the retailers to track items of clothing in and out of its stores, even across country boundaries or shipping containers. So I don't know if you've been to Decathlon, but to buy stuff, you don't have to scan it. You literally drop it into a bucket and it picks up what's in there and tells you how much it is. But this tracks really easily goods going through doors or in containers or across countries. They want to check it. The cost was a real issue to begin with, says the managing director, but we've been able to accurately see all the different clothes and styles that pass the manufacturer to the shipping container, to the UK, to the shops. Without it, we could lose stock. The question we've got is evaluate whether Decathlon needed to use RFID chips in their distribution, how they get the goods out. So we're going to have the Google badge here. Good, bad, alternative judgment. So I want to know one benefit of using RFID and tell me where that leads and where that leads. I then want another good reason of why using RFID chips, where that leads and where that leads. I then want a negative. There's a clue in the second paragraph. What's a negative of using it? Where does that lead? Where does that lead? Then an alternative. What else could they do? Rather than using RFID chips to track all their clothing, is there a different method they could use? And you can come up with this, and it doesn't even have to be a good idea, as long as it's an alternative. And lastly, I want your judgment. Do you think they should use it or not? Now, me and Miss Warner on email if you've got any questions. I hope you're well, and I look forward to seeing all your work. Remember, there is this stuff on the worksheet as well. All the different tasks for today are in a Word worksheet that you can just work through along this video in the PowerPoint. Well, I trust you're all well. Good luck, and maybe see you next week. Bye-bye.